Hey everybody, happy afternoon. It's Lux. You probably saw it on my Twitter already that I would be joined today by Jon Foreman from Switchfoot. And I told you he's one of my favorite humans and absolutely true to form. We've been chatting since the moment we got on here. And now I get to have the chat in front of you guys. So Jon, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. So my first question, of course, to everybody in this Skypey, Zoomy, Facebook Livey world is, where are you coming from today? Like where in the United States are you?
Yes, I am in the U.S. I'm in the southwestern corner of this nation of ours, San Diego.
Okay.
If you hit Mexico, you've gone too far. We're not far enough. Depends on where you're trying to go. But this is got a studio here in Carlsbad, and so this is kind of my home right here in San Diego.
So how have you been doing with being at home more than you are, obviously, not being on the road? That is kind of a staple of a musician's lifestyle, especially Switchfoot, who's been making music and touring consistently for so many years. What has it been like to be in one place for so long?
That's a great question. I think it is coupled with like all the fears and questions that we all have. So it's not like if it was just okay, we're home, enjoy it. That would be the best, you know. I wish I could say I've been thriving, but I've been having a hard time with it. I've been definitely going through ups and downs, you know.
I mean, you guys all have children and you've taken your children on the road and stuff. So I could see just the instant, like, oh, this is a little bit of extra time to spend with the kids. And then that extra time turns into, okay, I've been in the same place for a little while. And then, you go through those ups and downs. Like,
yeah.
What month is it now? We're in July and we went into like our quarantine in St. Louis in March. So we're all like,
yeah, no, it is strange. I think they opened the beaches for surfing, and as being a surfer, that feels like it's a breath of fresh air to paddle out. Trust me, I promise you, I'm 6 feet away from everyone.
Actually, if you don't mind, I want to jump in then with that in mind. I just watched the music video from your covers album for the new Frank Ocean cover you did for Swim Good. And the very first thing I noticed about the music video, masks, social distancing, and it was all shot outside. Like the very first sequence, the first thing you see, is this absolutely brilliant quote from The Old Man and the Sea. Now is no time to think of what you do not have. Think of what you can do with what there is. And that sets the stage. But then the first thing I noticed, masks, distance, outside, and the only time people aren't wearing masks are when they're surfing by themselves. It was beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, it feels like this is one of those things where it is a true love of ours, so we're always excited to be able to share it with the rest of the world, and I couldn't agree more. I love surfing and I love people getting the chance to see it. And these are all like, so we do an event called the Bro-Am.
Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah, it raises money for local kids, at-risk kids in our hometown, and so we couldn't do the surfing portion of the event, so this was our chance to kind of like highlight our favorite kids in the community and say, hey, let's give them a chance to shine,
I saw that you were able to, I mean, we in St. Louis, if you were just hearing me say this, you've missed the chance to check out the Bro-Am, but you guys streamed a bunch of it this year, and it was like on your website as a part of kind of this traveling, non-traveling Switchfoot musical show that people can kind of buy into. I think this is so cool. So what was it like to do the Bro-Am? Was probably your first foray into that sort of streaming, and how do people get to watch from home and be a part of it? How did that go?
Yeah, it was really great. We have never done like a live pay-per-view thing, and so this was our first time doing that, and we did it at a friend's place. They've got lasers and all the. It's basically a nightclub that is designed specifically for this purpose, and it's right around the corner from us. So we were like, okay, let's try it out. Let's see, and it was a blast. We did the car. We did a drive-in show as well.
Yes, yes.
We were,
Petco Park.
yes. So and we've tried. I feel like we are a good like guinea pig. We've tried both of them. You know?
So I have only seen one online show. We had a band here in St. Louis, Greek Fire, just did one a couple weeks ago. And honestly, I love concerts, and nothing will ever replace the live music. It just won't. It just won't.
Yeah.
But no lines for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Inexpensive donation or money ticket for the subscription to see the artist. I could have my own drinks. It was kind of an incredible way to. I wouldn't mind if even when concerts come back, if we still did some of this very cool, like interactive online stuff. I'm excited about the next one you guys have coming up on the 25th. You even have merch to sell for it.
Yeah. So we kind of went all in. We're like, we can either just like, you know, cross off 2020 off the calendar and just be like, no, we're not going to do anything, or we can jump in. And we feel like even though we can't bring people together physically, I think music has an important role in bringing people together, period. So that's what we're attempting to do. I feel like, I mean, right now, everyone's nerves are frayed, and there's every reason to be frustrated and angry. And music's one of the few things that can actually wrap its arms around a divided nation and try and say, hey, what do we have in common? Let's start there.
I always think about music, for me, like, your brain, when you're thinking, kind of thoughts just happen to you as fast as they can. But when you play a really good song and everyone's having the same the same lyrics and the same experience, that it brings that collective together. So I am thrilled that you guys are continuing this. And since we did mention the merch, I want to say I am thrilled with the little package that comes with the t-shirt and the mask. That will be my purchase. It is so good. It's like the yellow t-shirt with the big Switchfoot and their fantastic non-traveling music show. And then you get a red mask to go with it. Like, yes, I need more masks. They're not going away. They are helping us. Scientists say that they're the best thing we should. So why not rep our favorite bands? And we worry about your livelihood. You know, we worry about our production friends, our tour managers, our venue folks. We worry. So I think it's so great that you're allowing us a way to continue to put money into you guys who give us so much back with music. I think this is just awesome. I hope more bands follow in this kind of in this vein, honestly.
Well, thank you, Lux. I'm a huge fan of our team. It's a family for us.
Dude, so yes.
We're like, no, let's see if we can weather this storm and make it through together, you know, because I mean, who knows what does 2021 look like? What is 2022? I don't know, but I'm right here right now. Let's do this. Let's go.
That's it. Speaking of which, I heard a rumor that you might be interested in playing some music for us today. Would you like to right now get into it? Let's do this.
All right. So this is
my own personal concert. I'm just going to sit back, grab my beverage. All right.
Come on. All right. So I'm going to give you since this is not my show, this is our show.
Yes.
I'm going to give you full reign on the set list.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know that I know it. But I can try.
I mean, I am such a fan of the sound, and I know where the lyrics and the inspiration come from. If you don't mind sharing a little bit about where that comes from, or I mean, Dr. Perkins and everything, and maybe if you have that one in your...
Wow. Okay. I was not expecting that.
I'm sorry.
No, but I love it. Okay, so
you knew St. Louis was coming to you, John.
Come on, bring it. Okay, so this song was inspired by a hero of mine, who I am now, honored to call a friend. He is one of the most incredible people, and he wrote a book called Let Justice Roll Down, and a friend of mine gave me that book. And it's his story of growing up as a black man in the South. He is now in his 80s, so he has seen a
lot.
Yeah, he's seen a lot, and there's a million things that I found instructive in his words. But the biggest thing that struck me, he is being beaten to within inches of his life by law enforcement in Jackson, and he sees them and feels this. There's this moment where he is tempted to hate them, and he says there's something else within him that kind of is wrestling with that and realizing that if he begins to hate them in return, that he will be just perpetuating the flawed violence that he is receiving.
Yes.
So he chooses love instead of hatred and violence. And I for me, I just felt like I don't know that I'm big enough to do that. I feel like whenever I feel something, I mean, we're all just mirrors.
Dude, I want to turn that cheek, man. I want to turn that other cheek.
Gosh, so that I felt like, okay, we got to write a song about this, and tell his story. So that's where the song came from, and this is the sound to the best of my ability. Let's see if I know it. Static comes in slow. You can feel it grow. His conscience flow under the streets below, and I'm singing, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa. Speakers made a sound through running underground. Silent flood, yeah. We run as the thickest blood. Well, can you hear it rise up from the ground? You can't drown it out. Can you hear it now? This is the sound of a heartbeat. This is the sound of a discontented mouth, of a haunted nation. We are the voice of breaking down. Hear me, this is the sound of the desperation bound of my own collision. We are the voice of breaking. Oh, 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 oh. Static comes alive beneath these broken skies. And set it right, yeah. Love is a fine fight. Can you hear it now? Up from the ground. Can you hear it now? You can't drown it out. Yeah, this is the sound of a heartbeat. This is the sound of the desperation bound by my own collision. We are the voice of breaking down. Can you hear me? This is the sound of the desperation bound by my own collision. We are the voice of breaking down.
Hey, that was so cool. You know, I had forgotten about this as we talked right before the cameras popped on, that a long time ago, you guys put out a documentary showing you guys surfing and playing music, and you came to town and we did tacos, but I totally forgot that day you did an in-studio performance and I mixed the music for you. Like, we had the entire band in here.
Yes.
We even had like got a key machine in here with like one of the coolest. Like, but I feel like this might have just topped that. That was a hardcore memory, so this might have topped that. I love that so much. So why did you guys choose the covers? How did you guys choose which covers to go into when you did the covers record? I want to touch on that a little bit because, I mean, you guys went all over the map. There's no like one genre you stuck to. There's Jon Bellion and the Chainsmokers, and at the same time you have the Verve, and then you've got Frank Ocean. So tell me about that a little bit.
So for me during quarantine, covers have been this like reminder that there's a world outside of my four walls, and there's other people that are experiencing life, and I don't know, just to play somebody else's song feels like, oh yeah, I'm not alone, and it was a very comforting thing for me to do that. And for this particular EP, it felt like, well, why don't we choose some of the most disparate voices that kind of probably wouldn't even agree with each other about a lot of different things, coming from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, and let's sing them all and bring them together. And again, just trying to, how do we wrap our arms around this crazy planet we're living in? And so that's how we chose it.
Look, you guys can evolve all you want as musicians. You guys can become full-on family men and everything. But like, the one thing that never changes about you and the rest of your band is like the giant heart you bring to everything. I mean, that is just, love is love. You guys posted on your social media, love is the movement. And that really hits. That really hits hard.
That is a song from like when we first started the band. That was one of the songs that I wrote, and it feels like, I think it's one of the things. There's so many reasons to play music, and I love so many different types of music. But for me, why I play music is because when I was a kid, I could go to a show and feel weird and awkward and strange and like I didn't fit in anywhere else, and I could belong. I could belong at the show, and I felt like that is what I want to bring to people. I want people to feel like that warm hug of, no, we're all in this together.
Well, definitely doing that. And July 25th is the next time that you guys are doing a performing live streaming. But I did see there's the option to sign up monthly, which is pretty cool. Like, it's like $10.99 to just watch on the 25th when you guys perform live. But it's $10.99 a month, or $8.99 a month. So you guys are going to do this like monthly. There's going to be like an August. There's going to be a September. I mean, if there's a monthly fee, there's going to be more Switchfoot. And I know there's not a whole lot of details, but like, what little skinny can you give us?
Okay, so we went all in. We have a boat, and we have sawed the boat in half. We went on a thing called the Fantastic Traveling Music Show, and every night we would get shipwrecked on a different island, St. Louis.
Yes.
For example. And
hey man, take the mighty Mississippi. You can find it. I mean, just.
Yeah, right?
It connects somewhere.
Somewhere you can make it there. So we're thinking, how do we make these live stream shows? Because it's not live music. We all know that live music in the same room is something different. Yeah. How do we make this incredible? So what we're going to be doing is we have concocted a journey that we're all going to take on, and every one of these different episodes will be the one where they get shipwrecked, the one where they discover a time machine and play all the old songs.
I love it. So it's just going to be fun. So as just getting a monthly membership, you're just going to be consistently dropped with a little bit of Switchfoot love and fun as far as this goes.
Yeah, and I mean, because again, like, how do we bring people together in their living rooms? I mean, the benefit is you could be in your pajamas. You don't have to pay extra for drinks. There's no bathroom.
I'm not putting on makeup. Like, I'm just gonna dogs, pets. Like,
bring
I'm into this. Like,
front row every time. Yes.
My lighter in my house, like, just doing this. I just love that so much because, like you said, there's no end to this that we can see right now. I mean, none of us can see the future. We don't. I mean, hey, we could come up with something here in the next couple months. Boom, bang, bang. You're back on the road again. Great.
Love that.
But as somebody who's like at home, just like fiending for new entertainment, fiending for new connections. I am a single woman, so I live at home by myself. So like everything that you do and this kind of stuff and the bands do, like even just this Facebook Live, there are people at home right now who are furloughed, who literally cannot take another episode of whatever show they've been watching. They can't turn on the news because they're stressed. But here they're going to get at least another tune from you.
Come on. Okay.
Your choice this time. Your choice. You made me choose. What do you feel like ready? Like, what's your vibe?
Okay. Well, this is already in drop D. So that feels like it's choosing for me.
We'll let the guitar decide. That's never been a bad time.
Yeah. So this is a song that it feels like it's appropriate for for where we're at as a country. This is a song called Native Tongue, and it's about the idea that underneath hatred and fear and all the things that all the walls that we put up, love is our native tongue. It goes like this. Sing to me, baby, in your native tongue. Sing the words of the wise and the young. Show me the place where your words come from. Love's the language, love's your native tongue. Beat it hard, bang the drum. Open up your eyes and fill your lungs. The same word from where the stars are flung. Love's the language, love's your native tongue. My heart is a beating drum. My head in oblivion. My soul was such a long way from my lips, my lungs, my native tongue. My friend, where did we go wrong? My oh, we forgot our sound. My soul was such a long way from my lips, my lungs, and my native tongue. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Sing it to me, whisper into my ear. Accuser's voices start to disappear. In the wind, in the tongues of the flame. In my soul, in my one true name. Oh, back before they told us that the haters were right. Back before we learned the way to start the fight. You spoke the truth, let the beat, and there was. Love's your language, love's your native tongue. Yeah, my heart is a beating on my head in oblivion. My soul was such a long way from my lips, my own, my native tongue. My friend, where did we go wrong? My Lord, we forgot our sound. My soul, such a long way from my lips and my lungs, my native tongue. So sing it out, get out, yeah. Louder than the darkness and the doubts, yeah. Even when they try to drown you out, yeah. Your lips, your lungs, your native tongue. So sing it out, get out, yeah. Louder than the curses and the shouts, yeah. Even when they try to drown you out, yeah. Your lips, your lungs, your native tongue. Oh, oh, oh. Your native tongue. Yeah, my heart is a beating drum. My head in oblivion. My soul was such a long way from my lips, my lungs, my native tongue. And my friend, where do we go wrong, my Lord? We forgot our sound. My soul was such a long way from my lips, my lungs, my native tongue. Oh, my native tongue.
That was so awesome. I'm so glad you were like willing to go full out with me. Just at like, yes.
Come on, I was
So
like,
good.
you're like dancing. I'm like, all right, here we go. We got live music. It's happening.
As I'm doing this, I'm hoping to God that Joe, who's our video guy, has put me into the tiny bubble at the bottom and that everyone's seeing mostly you. Because I sometimes will forget, like in radio, I'm not used to having people see me. So I'm over here just like doing my thing and I'm like, oh, people can still see me. Native Tongue is such a great record. It came out in 2018. If you guys slept on that one, don't. Covers, you can get it. You can download it pretty much everywhere now, which is incredible. July 25th will be the next non-traveling music extravaganza from Switchfoot. And you can find all the details on their website, which is so great. Before I let you go, I just want to thank you so much, especially for your social media presence, as we're not all able to hear you guys talk about what's important to you the way we would in between songs. Social media kind of fills that gap for us. And as a band, you guys have done a really nice job of balancing a love for our country, as flawed as it is, and just really still loving it, and then wanting changes that can make it better for everybody. And it's really been beautiful to see you guys kind of match the two when everybody is feeling very divided. So know that that's noticed. It's really appreciated.
It is so hard to know what to say in these times, and everyone's coming from a different place, and everyone's triggered by different things, and we're all kind of wrestling with this craziness that we're going through. But thank you. We're trying our best, right? That's all you can do.
And it's tough in your position because everybody wants to hear it from their heroes, from their idols, from people they look up to. And you guys know that playing music and making music puts you in that spotlight. And instead of shying away from it and just ignoring what's going on, you guys always speak with heart, and you always speak with love, again, as a native tongue. And that's just, I think, what more the world could use a little bit more of. So hopefully everyone checks out more Switchfoot.
Lux, you're incredible. I feel like you're just so kind. Like, I'm like, man, next time I do a live song by myself in the studio, I need to just like have you dance and dance.
I'll send you a little cutout of me, and you just, I got stickers with my own face on them. They're tiny, but you can stick one up somewhere in the corner there.
There it is. Fair enough. I love it.
Guys, Jon Foreman of Switchfoot. Check out all the stuff we've just mentioned. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I cannot wait to see all the non-traveling adventures you guys get into.
Yes, we will not see you, but we will see you there.
See you. Thanks, dude.
Bye, Lux.
Bye.